We welcome you back to the Stabler Arena here on the campus of Lehigh. Shel Siegel, along with Larry Sheridan and Marv Walenzik, bringing you the action. As we go to 142, Joe Herrmann on the mat against Sean O'Day. And O'Day comes right around and has the two-point takedown.
Joe Herrmann went in after him just before we came back on the air and almost got a takedown, and then he almost got it this time, but O'Day, ranked second in the country at this weight class, just slid around the back and manages to counter the attempt, and he leads by 2.
O'Day's record is 28-4-1. Joe Herrmann is 3-5-2.
I'll give you a difficult trivia question, Shel. Who's ranked number 1 in the nation at this weight class, and what city is he from?
Pat Santoro from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Right, representing the Pitt Panthers, is ranked number 1.
Question was answered by Sandy Snyder. Cannot tell a lie.
There he's in deep. He's got that leg, but watch the counter coming back on really what it looked like a lazy switch from the outside.
Oh, that's caution on the bottom wrestler. Caution on the bottom.
And great honesty.
You want to relax.
S. Siegel.
Okay.
Not your ordinary man.
Nope.
Top.
Remember O'Day, Shel, when he was wrestling in the PIAA tournament?
Every time I see Pat Santoro or I think about him, I think about Judy Garland's famous song about the man that got away.
Joe Herrmann can give a real scrap, and but we've noticed, particularly Sherback, noticed that he had tendency to maybe go for 5 minutes and not 7. But O'Day, as I said, 28-4-1.
No change.
And at this time, where we predicted Lehigh would win one of the first 3, they didn't, and it 2-1 on the board.
Larry, why wasn't that a neutral before when he was saying no change? Do you see the distinction?
I couldn't. Actually, I looked down at looked away from the meet just briefly because I was listening to the referee say no change. But he evidently felt there was some purchasing power or some restriction in there. 1:10 left, first period.
And
no, you went off.
Had that happened in the middle of the mat, Joe Herrmann would have been in some serious trouble. O'Day really had that head locked in there.
They're all in with that deep underhook with that left arm, and they're going to drive up around up top here. They're going to hide that power bar. They like that front bar.
Yeah, I saw O'Day wrestle in the All-Star meet against Santoro, and it was a good battle, although Santoro prevailed about, might have been 16-11 or something. They really went at each other.
Edinboro leading Lehigh 9-2 here at 142 pounds. Sean O'Day, number 2 in the country at 142, looking for his 29th win of the season. Joe Herrmann has not wrestled much at all this season.
They got bumped heads.
And we have an injury.
I think a little groggy, as a matter of fact.
He hit his knee, I think, Larry.
Want to remind our local viewers that this coming Saturday we are going to be up at Syracuse, New York for the EIWA Championship Finals. That will be for the 19th consecutive season, and the matches will be brought to you on Sunday, March 13, not the following Sunday of the Easterns, but a week from Sunday, March 13 at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then the following week from Hershey, Pennsylvania, the AA and AAA finals, also at 11 o'clock. Here on Channel 39, Sunday, March 20.
And I might add, Shel, for those who are going to the Easterns, if you're making the trip up to Syracuse, remember that the finals of the Easterns, the finals start at 6 p.m. That's the earliest that they've ever started the finals. It's not the consolation finals, it's the finals, 6 p.m.
20 seconds to go in the first period, 2-1 lead for Sean O'Day.
Good scrap so far by Joe Herrmann against number 2 man in the country.
I've always thought
Joe
Herrmann is just a brawler. He's just a pure 6 kind of a guy. He's a good guy to have on your team. Gets you fired up.
Lehigh. Lehigh defers.
2-1 lead
Edinboro.
for Sean
Edinboro
O'Day.
chooses down. Get set.
Edinboro out in front, 9-2. Advantage position to Herrmann. Riding time, the advantage of Sean O'Day right now, has 1 minute and 5 seconds. Quickly gets an escape
You're neutral.
to lead 3-1.
Sean O'Day is a rough, tough customer, too. When he executes a move, he comes from left field. He brings it hard.
Rather muscular type of individual, and looks pretty strong. He spins around and picks up an easy 2. He's looking up at the clock, figuring I'll let him go and start pulling some takedown moves or work some pancakes. As if he feels Joe Herrmann tiring, he'll just make all kinds of takedown with the head down.
Herrmann is hurt.
Start the clock.
He's been hurt earlier. I want to point out, Shell, that
seems to be that hand that was taped before the match started, right hand. Had a lot of tape around it, as you can see, and that seems to be what Joe came down on that last
1 minute gone.
maneuver.
1 minute used.
Bear in mind that riding time,
105.
the time allotted for injuries this year has been collapsed to 1 minute and a half.
They've used 1 minute and 10 seconds already.
We're ready.
Coach Turner saying is
Shut
ready.
off.
So there's 15 seconds
1:15
left.
used. Okay, you're still down,
15
Lehigh.
seconds.
Handsome guy on the right was Irish Jack Foley, the fine trainer that we've been talking about.
And Dr.
that?
Diorio,
Yes.
who promised to take care of my hook, not my knee.
1.
You need a... I think you need more than a medical doctor for that hook of yours, Larry.
1 minute left, second period. 7-3 lead is O'Day. Scrappy competitor, ranked second in the country. Is strong, powerful, does a lot of, when he makes his move, Marv, he does it with intensity. And that was one thing I noticed in the Iowa State battle today.
2.
Boy, when they move with intensity.
Yeah, they're looking to finish that move. They don't have in mind in there an exploratory probe. They want that move. They want you down.
Watch the knee now.
They're finishers.
Watch the knee.
9-4 lead.
2.
And the takedown clinic continues as Sean O'Day.
Oh, he'd probably end up technical him if he keeps it up. He's already got a 7-point spread.
There they're going into that leg. You can tell that Olympic influence.
Watch that ankle.
Freestyle.
Well, I'll tell you what. I hope all the coaches in the United States that watch that will finally get wise to the fact that that hold is nothing more than a punishing hold, not a pinning hold. And I watched it today in the Iowa State meet.
Yep.
And the guy put it on and he hurt the individual. He put him on again and he hurt him again.
Watch that arm.
Finally, the referee says, I'm going to stop it as a potentially dangerous. I think they ought to just say right off the bat, the Turk ride with the sort of
spit and come back.
combination that they use with it, just get it out of there. It doesn't belong in wrestling.
Okay, here we go. Right here. Lehigh.
I notice every kid from Edinboro so far, at one point in the match, as soon as they get any kind of distance between their opponents, they're up with that bar up high, and they're going to turn that arm, that hammerlock on that arm up high and spin on you. That's clearly, you know, you can see technique, the room development. You will do this day after day.
Yep. Deanna was great on those combinations. 11-4 the score. 2 minutes time advantage now for Sean O'Day.
1.
Gets up in very slow
11-5.
motion style.
Minute and 45 to go here. O'Day leading 11-5, has riding time just about locked up, so he's essentially leading by 7 at the moment with 1.5 minutes to go. Edinboro leading by 7 in team score also at the moment.
Joe Herrmann is another game kid who he's really never said that this match is out of his reach.
From the same hometown as Peter Yazzo, but they went to different schools, both Sayville, New York. Yazzo and O'Day had a real wing-ding last year in the last dual meet. It ended up 11-11.
Warning, Lehigh. Warning, Lehigh.
Warning against Lehigh.
Yazzo and O'Day last year locked up at this weight class and ended an 11-11 tie, as we said earlier.
So we're under a minute, and it's 11-5 on the board, plus the automatic time. Incidentally, our counterparts called it shadow time. Which meant that it's really not there. It's in the shadows, but when the meet's over, you get it. Thought that was an interesting coin.
Holding, Joe, hold 'em.
Of a word.
A whizzer in there, Joe.
Joe's got a deep whizzer, too. So today he's looking to pick up the ankle or go the other way. Instead, it goes up underneath, picks up the takedown. Now he's got the 8 points. 13-5 plus time.
1, 2.
Got a 2-point near fall because he stacked him and held him there.
Stop them. That's 2.
15-5.
10
Time
points.
running out, and that'll be 16-5 will be the final score.
Another 4-pointer, and they move out 13-2.
So Sean O'Day runs true to form, wins his 29th of the season. He's now 29-4. Joe Herrmann 3-6-2. Edinboro leads 13-2 as